Hi guys, hope you're doing fine and I hope your prelims preparation is going swiftly, systematically and as planned. Now this video is mainly to address two important questions that we have been receiving by our student community, and we have been receiving these questions in plenty, so we thought that we'll address these questions in the video so that it will help everyone. Okay, the first and very important question is, students are telling that they have been revising a subject for many number of times, but when they take that subject, that relevant subject-wise test, the knowledge is not translating into marks. That is, let us say that you have read polity 5-6 times. Even after reading 5-6 times, you are taking up the test, let us say polity subject-wise test. There you're scoring 80 marks or less than 80 marks. And students are asking what can be done for this. Is there any formula to overcome this problem? See, first thing is, there is no formula, there is no secret sauce to overcome this problem. The second thing is, you have to reverse engineer the entire procedure. What I'm trying to tell is, you have to understand why you are going wrong. I'll give an instance. Let us say that you studied polity, around 5 to 6 revisions have been already done. And let us say you have taken polity test. After taking the polity test, don't worry about how much marks you get. Let us say you attempted 80 questions. Out of the 80 questions, 35 questions have gone wrong. Okay? Don't worry about the marks, worry about these 35 questions. Analyze these 35 questions individually and find out why these 35 questions are going wrong. Write down the excuses of why it is going wrong. You will find the excuses to be plenty. For example, you might find that you are making silly mistakes. You will also find that you are making mistakes by attempting too many questions that you don't know, by guessing. The third is, you will also make mistakes by over-analyzing. And the fourth is, you will also make mistakes because of deficit of knowledge on that particular topic. Like this, I have just given 4 instances, but there are several instances that you will find if you trace all the answers that have gone wrong and find those excuses. So, while you find all these excuses, this excuses is what you have to course correct yourself in the next test that you take. That is, let us say that a person is making a lot of silly mistakes. That means in the next test, you have to consciously make sure that you should not make silly mistakes. One of my students was not reading the question completely. After reading half of the question, the student used to jump to the options because of excitement or anxiety. So one way the student overcome the problem is, he or she used to mark all the lines along with the reading, just so that that habit develops, so that they read the entire question completely. Okay, so finding the excuses is one part of the solution. Working on those excuses to overcome the problem is the second part. Okay, just because you're doing a lot of revisions on that subject and you're taking the tests, the revisions will not translate into marks. If you want the revisions to translate into marks, you have to find these excuses why you are going wrong and correct these excuses. One more instance is, if a person is over-analyzing. Okay, if a person is over-analyzing, try to see you don't think more about the topic. I'll give an example. If, let us say, they are asked about any phenomena, and if your line of thought is, if this happens, so that happens. See, you're using so twice in your thought process. When you're using so twice in your thought process, you can assume that you are trying to overanalyze. So break it. Okay, don't try to use so twice. This happened, so this happened. This is fair. This happened, so this happened, so that happened, so this happened. See, you can go on interlinking like that. That will always lead to overanalysis. Like this, whichever problem that you face, you have to find a course correction or you have to find a solution by yourself. Only then can you translate whatever revisions you have done in that subject to marks in the mock tests. So the most important aspect that I'm trying to tell all the students is, please try to reverse engineer and understand the reasons why you're going wrong and work on that reasons to overcome the problem. The second question or query that the students actually asked us was, sir, when taking a mock test, we always eliminate 2 options and we finally end up with 2 options where we are not able to eliminate. That is, there is a 50% probability of going right or going wrong. How to break this dilemma? How to break this deadlock? Now, many students look at this 50-50 dilemma as a problem. We don't see that as a problem. The reason why I'm telling it is not a problem is, all the students writing prelims will end up in a situation where they are able to eliminate 2 and they will end up with the other 2 options. And in these 2 options, you cannot use knowledge alone to deduce the answer. Got it? The reason is, in UPSC, if you have observed, every question will have one statement, and that one statement will be outside the conventional books. That is, you will not be able to directly relate to that information just by reading the conventional books. Okay? So, in that scenario, how to break this deadlock of 50% probability of right or wrong? That is, how to select the right answer amongst the 2 options. The only way for you to do it is through logical thinking and common sense. You're getting it? So please make sure whenever you deduce an answer, there has to be a logic behind it. Okay? So studying and recollection is one part of solving mock test. The second part and the underrated part of solving mock test is logical analysis and logical thinking. Okay? So whenever you are able to eliminate 2 options and come with the remaining 2 options, you are in that 50-50% bracket. You have to deduce the answer, you have no choice. Now to deduce that answer, please make sure that knowledge alone is not sufficient. You have to apply some logic. And application of logic will not come in 1 or 2 days. As you keep solving more and more papers, force your mind to come up with some logics. Okay? Initially it will be a little difficult, but as and when you keep doing more and more revisions of the subject and taking more and more mock tests, you will develop that ability of attaching logic whenever you have to deduce the answer. Okay, so this is one way of how you can eliminate that deadlock between the 2 options and to get, or most probably getting, the right answers out of the 2 options. Okay, so I hope we have solved these 2 questions. Many students were sending this query and we thought that we'll address this so that it helps the student community of Insights. There are around 53 days remaining, and I hope that you people have systemized your preparation. There is a proper plan in action, and I hope you people are following that plan diligently. Okay, one other aspect is, please make sure that you take care of your health. Okay, don't overhype current affairs in your mind, but don't neglect as well. Take it and keep reading it every 2 hours every day, and you can use one magazine and read it many number of times. And please make sure that you keep solving CSAT. Okay, solve CSAT, solve as many test papers as possible. Whenever you get bored of GS, take a CSAT paper and keep solving. Okay, so I hope it has been helpful. We will meet again in the next video. Thank you so much, guys. Study well. Bye.